Yeah, I believe it's going to have a significant impact on the industry. I mean, if you just take some of the statistics that came out this morning, that more than 50% of the world's population is under the age of 30. And if you just take that into consideration, then that 50% of the population only interacts digitally. I mean, I take even just my own family. We could be sitting in the same family room, and my kids will interact with me digitally rather than face to face. It's just amazing that that's the way the world is going today. So I think for the industry, we have got to provide our consumer base with the form of communication that they prefer. And that's ultimately the name of the game. So if we don't digitalize our offerings and we don't make it more easier and for them to get access to and for them to interact with us, they're just going to move away to someone else who's going to do that for them. So there's no question about it that we're going to have to move with the times and give our client base what they want. We talk about the millennials as such. We were all millennials at one point in our lives. Every young generation comes up has something new that they have to deal with in this ever-changing world of ours. I mean, the 20th century was one of huge change, and the 21st is going at even a more faster pace. So an organization has got to stay relevant at all times. Right, so we're going to go back a little bit and maybe a bit into history now, not talk about the current times. So PPS is a mutual. And incredibly, there were a lot of mutuals in South Africa historically, before democracy, all of which with the then phase of, and fad, if I may call it, of listings, all ended up on the junk pile. And all the organizations became listed entities owned by private shareholders, initially being the policy holders, who then sold out, and then individuals took over, or corporates, etc. So they became shareholder organizations. The only one, or two rather, that stuck the true cause of the mutuality was PPS in the insurance industry, and AVBOB, amazingly being the other one. But PPS is very much a ring-fence organization. So our constitution is restricted to providing services to professionals only. And that was the beginnings of PPS in any event. It started off by 8 dentists in 1942 who were concerned about their own welfare during the tough times of war and post-war. And as a result, PPS was born. And it stuck to its cause. It's expanded to cover most professionals in the country today, but it remains there. The concept of profit share is an interesting one, because really all it is the profits that the organization generates as a commercial institute. Instead of it being paid out to independent shareholders as a dividend, goes back to its policyholders, who we call our members. So if you are a professional and you qualify to be a member of this club, if I can call it that, you sign up and we give you membership. And thereafter, you are free to buy product from PPS. And as you buy products, those products generate profits. And those profits are then distributed to those shareholders, being the policyholders. So it's an incredible concept. It started off with one product only, being a sickness benefit to cover the professionals when they had any kind of sickness that kept them away from generating an income. And it expanded from there. So we expanded from just that benefit into life insurance, which enhanced the profitability of the business. We then introduced medical aid administration through ProfMed. We then expanded into investments with PPS Investments, which already in 10 years has over 25 billion in assets under investment. And more recently, 2 years ago, we introduced PPS Short-Term Insurance, which is again, so we are just expanding our products, and those products then result in profits being distributed to members. This profit share account that members hold is really an endowment benefit in their policy. So what we do is our profits that we generate get paid into a policy benefit for the members, which they can then extract at retirement or at any point in time thereafter. But what is nice about the profit share is that it tends to grow exponentially. We have members who are currently paying a third of the premium, that are getting 3 times the profits back on the premiums they're paying per annum. So it's a phenomenal concept. And once members become aware of it or they see the accumulation, they never leave the group. You're right. It's an extreme challenge. Now, what happens is the guys or the members and policyholders who've been with us for a while, they've understood the concept. They're seeing the benefits of it and the fruits of it. They're there for life, essentially. I mean, our churn rate is probably the lowest in the marketplace in insurance, and I would guess that it probably is the best worldwide, not just in the country, because of the profit share concept. Our challenge is selling that concept to the current millennials, because everything today is about getting a benefit immediately, and they don't grasp the concept of long term very easily. So our real challenge is to get them to appreciate and understand that the long-term accumulation of wealth is the only way to do it. So if you want to become wealthy today, you've got to think about the effect of compound interest. The only way you're going to do that is by accumulation. So it's always a long-term thing. But it really is our biggest focus right now in getting the younger market to understand this concept and buy into it for the future. So yeah, PPS, like every other organization in this country, is a commercial, capitalistic-driven entity in our young capitalistic democracy. So we've got to confine to the rules that the industry plays within. So whatever is transpiring in the industry, all new opportunities and ventures that open up, and new concepts, we've got to deliver on as well. So we're not unlike any other organization. Our products have got to be relevant, our pricing has got to be in the market, and the benefits have got to be exactly what our members can buy anywhere else. So we've got to remain true to our value system and also make sure that we provide what the market provides. So we've constantly got to do and compete with the rest of the market in exactly the same way. So for PPS, it has been the case of introducing new offerings to its members over the years, and having started from just purely a one product shop 75 years ago when we started off. We are a fully fledged financial services company today. The only financial services products we don't offer is banking. But other than that, everything under the medical and insurance sector, PPS has introduced. And that has been the fruits, or that has borne a lot of fruits for our members. I showed an example at one of our roadshows that a member who, if he only had that one product sickness benefit, earned X amount of profits, and if he had taken the full suite, that would have tripled in size. So having access to buying more and more product from PPS allows members to expand their opportunity to grow their profit share as well, in line with those the products they bought. So for us, it's always a case of ensuring that we continuously introduce new businesses, introduce new concepts, and stay refreshed. And as a result, PPS is also on a path of digitalization and introducing everything that's now robotic, if I can call it that, into our organization. So a member can access PPS from anywhere in the world, can get access to all of our products and benefits, engage with us, even if you're sitting on Mount Everest, which one of our members actually did a couple of weeks ago. And in fact, you should get a shot of that photograph as well, because he had a nice PPS banner up on the top of Mount Everest. And so wherever you are in the world today, you'll be able to access PPS.